Hello guys, welcome back to GPU Tester. Today we have another benchmark for you. We're going to be comparing the RTX 6600 and the 6700 against NVIDIA's counterparts, which are the 3060 Ti and the 3070. You can see the specifications of the card on the screen right now, and you will also be able to see the specifications of the test bench I'll be using. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First game we have on the list is The Last of Us Part 1. We're going to be running the benchmark at 1080p using the Ultra Settings preset. I'm going to be stating the FPS starting from the 3060 and ending with the 3070, so starting with the left and ending at the right. In terms of averages, we get 50, 44, 57 and 53. With the 1% lows coming in at 45, 40, 18 and 46. In terms of averages, the 6700 XT tops the list, but the 1% lows are pretty bad. I have no idea why that is. Next game on the list is Starfield. We're going to be running at 1080p using the Ultra settings. We've also turned off any upscaling that the game auto applies. In terms of averages, starting from the left, we get 53, 43, 52 and 61. I remember when this game came out, it was not running very well on NVIDIA cards. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore, and now the NVIDIA cards are a bit faster. The same story is seen in the 1% lows, where the 3070 tops the list, followed by the 3060 Ti, then the 6700 XT, and then finally the 6600 XT. Next game on the list is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. We're going to be playing at 1080p using the high settings. In terms of averages, we get 76, 66, 83 and 94, starting from the left. We see the same story in the 1% lows, where the 3060 Ti gets 59, then 55, then 67 and the 3070 gets 70. Overall, the game runs pretty fine on these cards. You get 60 plus on each of them, so you can definitely enjoy the game like this. Next game on the list is A Plague Tale Requiem. We're going to be playing at 1080p using the ultra quality settings. In terms of averages, we get 71, 61, 71 and 85. Again, the 1% lows follow the same pattern, where the 3070 tops the list and the 6600 XT comes at last.
You're sure you remember where this florist is?
Maybe we could ask someone.
Next game on the list is Forza Horizon 5. We're going to be playing at 1080p using the ultra quality settings. In terms of FPS, starting from the left, we get an average of 139, 135, 170 and 159. This is the first time the 6700 XT has taken the lead over the 3070 in this benchmark, and the 6600 XT actually comes really close to the 3060 Ti. That said, all these cards perform exceptionally in this game, and you get almost a high refresh rate experience on the 6600XT and the 3060 Ti, and you get an actual high refresh rate experience on the 6700XT and the 3070. Next game on the list is Need for Speed Heat. We're going to be playing at 1080p using the ultra quality settings. In terms of FPS, we get 116, 120, 130 and 126. It's now the second time the 6700XT has taken the lead over the 3070, but the lead is pretty small, and let's see if it does manage to maintain it. In terms of 1% lows, it starts from the left at 83, then 50, then 93 and then 84. Next game we have on the list is Spider-Man. We're going to be playing at 1080p using the very high settings preset. And to be honest, I'm expecting NVIDIA cards to perform much better here because this game does run a lot better on NVIDIA. And my assumptions are proven right. Starting from the left, we get 139, 110, 115 and 145. Both the NVIDIA cards outperform both the AMD cards by a pretty big margin, I think. However, this is just one title, it doesn't really show the overall performance of any of these cards. That said, even though the NVIDIA cards come out on top, the AMD cards run the game really well. Next game on the list is Uncharted Lost Legacy. We're going to be playing at 1080p using the ultra quality settings. In terms of FPS, we get 104, 95, 112 and 115, with the 3070 narrowly managing to beat the 6700XT. With such a small margin, I wouldn't really call it a win over the 6700XT because the percentage difference is too small. The 1% lows are also the same on both these cards, so that also doesn't give the 3070 a win. Overall, the experience is very great on all these cards. Next game on the list is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We're going to be playing at 1080p using the ultra settings. This is one more game where the NVIDIA cards actually outperform both the AMD cards, and the 3070 comes on top with an average of 107, followed by the 3060 Ti with 88. The 6600 XT outperforms the 6700 XT. It seems to be a problem with the game itself. The 1% lows are better on the 6700 XT, but the average is better on the 6600 XT. Maybe this is just a one game issue with the 6700 XT, so I wouldn't think of it as a big deal. Next game on the list is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. We go back to our original hierarchy, which is 3070 followed by the 6700 XT, then the 3060 Ti, and then finally the 6600 XT. The averages we get from the left are 143, 122, 149 and 165. The 3070 does come out on top with a 16 FPS lead. However, at these frame rates, a 16 FPS lead is not really something that is much noticeable. Next game on the list is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Starting from the left, our FPS is 104, 97, 121 and 110. In Valhalla, the AMD cards seem to do a lot better compared to other games, and the 6600 XT almost matches the performance of the 3060 Ti, which is way more expensive and drains more power. And the 6700 XT overtakes the 3070, although that is with a very small margin. Same is the case with 1% lows, where it leads with just 3 FPS. Next game on the list is Doom Eternal. We're going to be playing at 1080p using the Ultra Nightmare preset. In Doom, starting from the left, we get an average FPS of 256, 243, 325 and 292. Again, the AMD cards do outperform the NVIDIA cards this time, but at these frame rates you won't really notice that. And really, all these cards should do a perfect job running Doom Eternal. And that will also bring an end to a benchmark. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do let me know in the comments what you thought of it, and I'll see you in the next one.